Gentleman Prospector. Top of the morning to you. It's Wonderful Wednesday. It is. And tonight, Mama Bird's live. She's got a nice trivia game planned, giving away some free pay dirt. Make sure to subscribe. The link's pinned at the top of the chat. Today, we're going to try to get back through part of this bucket. I'd like to say that we'll get through all this bucket, but it's hot here, and here in about 2 hours, it's going to be so hot and miserable where I'm at, standing here in the sun. It's going to be bad. Good morning and welcome in. Here's a little Goldgers in your cup this morning. So we have, hello, David Alfonsetti, top of the morning to you. Joe Weiss, ho Joe from Mo, top of the morning to you. There's some Goldgers in your cup. Karen Owens, howdy howdy, and top of the morning to you, my friend. Or should I say, my sister. So, guys, we're gonna try to get through this rest of this one bucket. I've got 5 more of these stacked up, and there's so much gold in them. I put them in my house. I had them out on my porch. I have a nice covered porch and all, and in a very nice neighborhood, but you never know. You never know. So they're in the house. But I got to get through this because we're going back on the 26th, the 27th, and 28th of this month. And you're invited. All you got to do is send send me an email, and I'll send you a pin drop. I know there's several people that says they're looking at going. Big Movie Fan 18, top of the morning to you. Here's some Goldgers in your cup, my friends. Glad to see you in here. So Mama Bird and Rose Nose Treasures, they really became good, I call them good friends, because they communicate back and forth all the time. I mean, they're all the time talking, texting, chatting, whatever. Well, I think Rose and Grease Monkey may be coming on the 26th to the 28th. They just need a little bit of relaxed time, a little bit of chill time, a little bit of good adult fun time, playing in the pan, so heck yeah. We got a lot of people that says they're going to be there. Just will come on down. Marines and Army Mom, top of the morning to you. Stephen Single-Handed Jewelry, Stephen Stark, Stephen Strong, my friend. It's great to see all you amazing people in here this morning. We're going to get started because that sun's coming up, and I'm going to try to keep up with chat. I've got the 6-inch Trek Sluice set up right now. I've got my Dream mat in it. It's all 12 volts. Got it running on a 1100 gallon per hour pump. Now, yesterday, after we run the tellings and stuff, I noticed that there is so much quartz chips in here that are mineralized. And we've been finding gold and specimens inside these little quartz chips. Joe has. I say we, Joe has. So, I'm going to use the Kitchen Trainer's classifier, and I'm just going to set it up right there inside the sluice. So when the tellings come down, they have to run through that classifier. Then I'll just keep emptying them out, and then it'll be much easier to dig through. I got the 6-inch Flyer Gold Wizard smooth water header box running out there. We're going to turn that down just a little bit. Get the right flow going. I think we've got her going there. And we'll just see how the material acts in there. Jesse James, top of the morning to you, my friend. Welcome in. It's Wonderful Wednesday. Glad to have you. Breaking Bad, he says. Well, you know what? I do have something in common with Breaking Bad. I'm right here in the Ozarks. That's right, baby. That's the only thing I have common with him. But I do have something in common with him. So we're going to try to get through the biggest part of this bucket. On how many cleanouts it's going to take. I got fresh water in here. Recirculating it. Phoenix, Arizona. And you're right, my friend Phoenix. Thank you for that. Jesus does love all. Atlanta Maid. Top of the morning to you, Atlanta Maid. What's the most gold you ever found in one time? Well, the most gold that we ever found collectively, me, Mama Bird, and my friend Hopper, we found 7 grams in one day. That's the most gold. Now, when we found it, gold prices weren't what they are now. Gold prices now are hovering right around $117, $118 a gram. So that was a significant amount of gold. Adam says Jesus will give you gold. Jesus did give us this gold, Adam, in all creation. And welcome in, Adam. It's great to have you. David Wiley, howdy, howdy. West County Mudlarks in the house. Yeah. We got 85 amazing people coming in here. I've got gold in the sluice box already. My third or fourth scoop there. I wasn't counting, but I see a nice chunk piece of gold here. Now, the deeper down we get in this bucket, I hope we got some pickers in here. This spot we're digging in, the gold's getting bigger. It's getting chunkier. We still haven't hit no pickers or nuggets in the area, but we know they're there because, well, it's the mountain range, and all the signs are says they're there, and we got stories. I have tons of stories of the old timers finding big old nuggets out of there. So, you know what? If they did it, ain't no reason why we can't do it, right? Phoenix, Arizona's in here. Whoop, whoop. Glad to have you, Phoenix. Well, gentlemen, I just wanted to stop by and support, but I'm going to go now. I'm going to go to sleep well, you know what? Sleep. Get your sleep, Big Movie, and thank you so much. Thank you. And don't forget, Big Movie, be at Mama Bird tonight. 4:30 Central Standard Time. We're going to be doing that MASH trivia game, and we got some special pay dirt bags to give away to you guys. We got a whole bunch of them made up, and they're little bags, and they say MASH antidote for gold fever on them. They're cute little bags, and each one contains some of this gold right here that you guys watch me pan out right here from Missouri. And it's mostly micros and tiny flower gold. You guys are going to have fun finding it, and we're going to have fun giving it to you. Howdy, Roscoe. Fishing, not catching. Howdy, howdy. Welcome in. Fishing, not catching. You've been in here many times, and I don't know why you're not blue, but there you are, my friend. There you are. And everyone there that isn't blue, that I don't recognize your name, just stick around for a little bit. Let me see that you're kind, decent people and real people, and I'll moderate you. And you guys can connect to all these other 86 amazing people watching us run this sluice, watching us get this shiny out of here. Now, here's a big old piece of that mineralized quartz that I was talking about. And I have so much fun looking at this stuff under the microscope. So I'm just going to drop that in here. Now, let me show you what I got going. I've got this kitchen strainer classifier sitting in here, catching everything bigger than the kitchen strainer. Because we rerun all these tellings down the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Mini Sluice cleanup fluid. Catch all that gold. Heck yeah, you're welcome. Fishing, not catching. Absolutely. Here we like to share the love, we like to share the support, and we hope to bring everybody in here and let you guys share around. Share your creations, your channel, your inspirations and aspirations with one another. And you know what? It just makes a huge gold kingdom. And it makes a great, kind place, a great, kind environment for us all to have our channels in. And kindness is contagious. Pass it around. I promise you, it is contagious. That's right. See how easy that is? There you go. Got you another subscriber there. And that's it, guys. Subscribe back and forth. See, Simpson? Is it true you need mineral rights to keep it? Not here, you don't. You don't need mineral rights. Now, if you have if you are buying a piece of property and someone else owns that property, you are making a mortgage on it. You have to specify that you want the mineral rights in that mortgage as well until the property's paid for in order to keep it. But as far as the other mineral rights go, no. But there is a lot of states, so always check your local laws and municipalities and make sure. We don't want no one getting in trouble out there. and make sure you're doing everything legal? And that's a great question. I hope I answered it for you, C. Simpson. That's right, Karen. Don't forget to mash that like button. And please, guys, I hope to earn your subscription today. You know, and the reason we want to keep the subscribers going up and the community getting bigger is we want to grow the Gold Kingdom. We want to share the love, share the kindness with everyone out there. We want to show everyone that it's okay to have fun, do great things, and share it. Share it out. And that's what we're doing. Tonight I'm going to be sharing out some gold pay dirt with you guys. With some awesome members of the Gold Kingdom. I got started a little earlier this morning because yesterday during our live, I had my phone shut down twice because of the heat, and it got hot out here. I mean, it got hot. Everything looks like it's running good. I may be running that just a hair hot, so I'm going to back it down just a little bit and see how it acts. I can still see that big flake of gold sitting right there at the indicator, man. 191 incredibly amazing people in here. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. And anything's free is worth saving up for. And where else can you come and have a little Goldgers in your cup? With all of you, the wonderful Golden Kingdom. Tonight, during the live on Mama Bird's channel, if you guys haven't subscribed to Mama Bird, the link is pinned at the top of the page. Please go over there and hit that subscribe button, and then turn your notifications on for her live tonight, because we're going to be playing a trivia game about MASH 4077, the old 70s and 80s sitcom. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be fun. It's adult fun. This is all made for adults and all adult content, but it's clean fun. It's good, clean adult fun. We're going to have some great laughs. We're going to be giving away some pretty cool pay dirt called MASH Gold Fever Antidote Pay Dirt. And each bag contains real gold from right here in the 24th state in Union, Missouri. Jeffrey Roberts, howdy. Appreciate that, Jeffrey. Lucas, howdy, howdy. Top of the morning to you, Lucas. You stick around in here a little bit, guys. Dibs on the next gold nugget, says La Greek Chief. Right on, La Greek. You know, I'll tell you what, guys. 240 people in here. Nate Davis, top of the morning to you. This is awesome. And look who's just popped in. It's my sister, Hillbilly. Howdy, Hillbilly. Hillbilly is a great gal, lives up in Maine, and I have prospected with Hillbilly and her son. I had a great time. Some more than big chunks of mineralized quartz that we'll be doing some crushing on. But like I was saying, just stick around, and we're going to make everybody in here moderators. As long as you're kind people and you don't get out of hand, you become a moderator. And we want you guys to connect with one another, because that's what YouTube's all about. Here comes Nate Davis coming in here. The Greek Sheath coming in, all kinds of stuff, greeting everybody. We love it, love it, love it. Joseph Pascu says, aloha. Aloha to you. Mahalo. Mahalo, Joseph. Tolis Margellis. Howdy. Howdy, my friend. Welcome in. Sean Lee. Call me Sean. I like that, Sean. I'm sluicing for some gold, Sean. I've got a whole bunch of buckets full of gold-rich material from the mountain range in Missouri called the St. Francis. Some people pronounce it Francois. I guess I'm not fancy or French enough to say Francois very well. But it is plumb full of gold. Crash! Top of the morning to you, Crash. We were talking about the mountains where we're getting this stuff from, and Crash comes in here. There's Bluegill Buster. Eric Baker just come in. So, I don't want to tell stories out of school, But it looks like that Rose knows treasures, and Grease Monkey may be coming on the 26th to the 28th with it. Rose was talking with Mama Bird last night, and she said that sounds delightful, and it's just what she needs. So, you know, I tell you what, that Rose and Grease Monkey are always welcome to prospect with us, to adventure, to do whatever with us. They're great friends, great people, and we just absolutely love them, just like we do all you guys. Super 73 says, hi! Hello, Super 73. Welcome in. There's Zaxxon. There he is. I am Zaxxon. Top of the morning to you, Zaxxon. Thank you for coming in, my friend. There's little Goldgers in your cup. I was telling everyone, Zaxxon, that I pinned Mama Bird's link at the top of the page, and they want to make sure to get over there and subscribe and turn the notifications on for tonight's live, because it's going to be fun. We're going to be having some good, clean adult fun. We're going to be playing a trivia game, MASH 4077 trivia game, loads of fun, loads of laughs, but we're also going to be giving away some special edition pay dirt bags that has real Missouri gold in it, real Missouri dirt in it, straight from St. Francis Mountain. And we're going to be giving them away to a lot of you guys. From the UK, we don't prospect here, but you explain it a bit for me, please. Well, I tell you what, there is some great prospectors up in the UK area that could probably explain the technique for yours a lot better than me. But for here, what we do is we look at the mapping ranges, we look at mountains, old tributaries, ancient riverways, and then we get boots on the ground. When we find one that we think potentially have gold, we put boots on the ground, we go out there and we prospect. And prospecting is just what it sounds like. You go out there with the prospect of finding something. There's never no guarantee whenever you're prospecting. But it's the same thing as if you're fishing or if you're hunting. If you're dating, you go out with the prospect of achieving a goal. And the prospect here is to achieve gold. That is our goal. And we find an area, we dig it up, and we classify it down, and we pan it out. Now we bring a lot of the material, 99% of the material, back home in a controlled environment, and we run it down a sluice like this, where we add surfactant to the water. Here, let me show you. And what surfactant does, and this is a surfactant, and what surfactant does is it makes water wetter. That's the easy way to describe it. It breaks the water tension is what it does. And that's what I use as a surfactant, just a little jet dry. It breaks the water tension and allows specific gravity to work. And the specific gravity means the densest thing in the water is going to fall to the bottom and it's going to stop. Without it creating a shear force to move that again, it'll stay there. And it can stay there for millions and billions of years. I hope I explained that to you. Super 73, you've been in here about 10 minutes, my friend. There you go. Welcome in. Bad monkey, no banana. Heck yeah. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Tell us all about it, Zombieland folks. Let's do it. That's right, Crash. Slimmest650 says, hey, bro, I missed you. Missed you too, bro. Missed you too. Heck yeah. Dirt Devil, there's my pal Roger, man. Yeah, some people say hunting, some say hiking with rifles. It's all the same. Yeah, and that's what, you know, when we say prospecting, everybody naturally thinks about minerals and stuff because that's what we really associate it with. We stereotype it with going out and finding gold, silver, lead, copper, you know, any of the precious metals. But in reality, anytime you head out to do something, unless it's a guaranteed something, like the bags that we're giving away tonight, Mama Bird is guaranteed to hold gold. Unless it's guaranteed, you know, if you're a prospector going out and catching a fish, prospector going out and harvesting a deer, finding the mushrooms, finding gold, you know, life's all about our prospects. Fishing with Liam. Howdy, howdy. The big nasty Seth coming in saying, good morning, my friend. We got 239 incredible people in here. There's Annie. Top of the morning to you, Annie Stevens. You know, Annie, I don't know what you and Bear got going on the 26th and the 28th. I know you guys are really busy, but we're going to be prospecting in the St. Francis Mountain Range. We'd love to see you guys come down and join us camping, all primitive camping inside the National Forest. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tree Rogie says they can't hear me. Huh. I made a new channel. It's called LCL Golf. Hey, that's pretty cool. Right on, fishing with Liam. TTV Slayer Mason. Top of the morning to you. Michael Lovell says he used to dredge in California. I bet that was a good time. There's a lot of big gold in California to be had. I'm going to turn that up just a hair. I see some gold bouncing around. Still see a couple flakes in there. We're going to keep running it. Them cells are working good. They're exchanging out material. I've got this set on 8.5 degrees if anybody's wondering. Thank you, Mason. Keep going, you got this. Michael says he's dredged Elk and Indian River, Happy Camp, Downieville River, Yuba Lights. You know what? You are the dredge master, man. Jeffrey Apple, howdy, howdy. Jeffrey, the water is all recirculating. I've got just regular tap water into it's 3 gallons in a tub, and I recirculate it and use it over and over and over. It gets muddy, and once it gets so muddy in clay field, I do change it out, but we do recirculate the water. Foxy the King, and there's morbid on him. Don't know how much, but it's closed loop system, correct? Yes, it is a closed loop system. It everything just it circulates and stays right here within this system, within this tub. Rambo Rip, Chinese lucky numbers are 888. Do 8.88 degrees, and you'll have better luck. You know what? There may be something to that. There may be something to that. I have this set at about 8.7 degrees, give or take. I like to run my dream out between 8 and 10 degrees, depending on the material, depending on how heavy it is. And I like to run my Flower Gold Wizard micro cleanup sluice at 4 degrees. Adjust that camera just a hair here. There's a little Goldgers in your cup. Howdy, Marshall. Marshall, this material is from the St. Francis Mountain Range in Missouri. And it is got some gold in it. I see a nice flake there. I'm not seeing a whole lot in my indicator mat. I'm seeing some tiny little pieces, but just below the indicator mat, I got one nice flake that's been staring at me for a while now. Whoa, howdy from South Wells. Welcome in, my friend. Top of the morning to you. And if you're in Wells, it's afternoon. So the rest of the day to you, sir. David Wiley says he still hasn't done anything with his gold bag from GP. Oh, man. Well, you know what? That's fine, David. It's yours to do with what you want, my friend. Marshall says Colorado Springs coming in here. Well, welcome in, Marshall. We're gonna make a few moderators here. Like I said, I like to make everybody moderators so that you guys can share the love. No problem, Jeffrey Apple. This is a gold sluice. We are sluicing for gold. Gold has been busting some records lately, guys, and yesterday it topped $3,700 an ounce. That's $3,700 for 1 ounce of gold. And anybody that's ever been fishing and used a big sinker, that's what an ounce is. So that's how much you get for that much gold. It's $3,700. So that's a lot. Brewers! Top of the morning to you, brewers. Here's a little Goldgers in your cup. You know what would go great with this Goldgers, brewers? Do you know? Cinnamon roll. A cinnamon roll, a Brewers and Scott Sharp cinnamon roll would be perfect with this Goldgers. The Goldgers is good, but I don't have no cinnamon rolls. So, brewers, we're gonna be doing some camping and prospecting, a 26 to the 28 here in Missouri in the St. Francis Mountain Range. Love to see you guys there. It'd be awesome. It would be awesome. Hey from New York, New Jersey, says Shore Soul. Hi from Chester, South Carolina, says Eric Baker. I've seen you in here before, Eric. So there we go. Got 545 amazing folks in here right now. There's Weston. Welcome back, Weston. Let's make you blue right off the bat. Jesus Salazar, how can I get off the machinery you're working with, and how much does it cost? Jesus, this setup right here, if you was to buy it the way that I have it set up, it's going to run around $200 American, 200 USD. There's cheaper sluice out there. There's cheaper ways to do it. You can even make your own sluice as long as you got a good matting system and everything's square and straight. I've got some old videos on making stuff. You know, I've made high bankers, sluices, header boxes, and all that stuff. Because in reality, that's how we all start out. We all start out very minimum, and then it becomes quite an addiction, gold prospecting does. And we spend a little more money on it, and we start getting better at it and finding more gold. Smoking Whiskey, hello from Boston. That's a cool name, Smoking Whiskey. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and add you, just because your name's cool, as a moderator. Dwayne Callis. We are sluicing for some gold here with some extremely heavy Missouri mountain dirt here that we pulled out of the St. Francis Mountain Range, located in southeast Missouri. Dwayne, there you go. I was glad to see you again there, my friend. There, I just made you a moderator. Before you go, be sure to share out some of these channels and connect with them. Let them connect with you. Madness, there he is back. The goat is back alive. There he is. There's Madness. Come on in, Madness. We're going to make you a standard moderator, my friend. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom, everyone. David says he made his own sluice. That is awesome, David. I would love to see a picture of that, man. I really would. Hey, from Stockholm, Sweden. It's Reese, all the way from Sweden. Welcome in and top of the morning to you. Well, it's afternoon, late afternoon in Sweden right now. So the rest of the day to you. So I'm about ready to do a cleanup. I do know there's some gold in here because I seen some as it went through the mat, but my cells in this drain mat are beginning to fill up on some of this heavier material. And I've got that's catching it right nicely, getting all that stuff out of there. We're classifying that down. See, I'm catching everything so I can pull these big chunks of mineralized quartz. You see right here? I'm doing it all I'm classifying it down, and then I can crush all these up at a later time. Because there's gold in them quartz pieces. That's a great host story. Geeky Gary, howdy, howdy, welcome in. I think you're awesome, Geeky Gary. Owen Quan, happy sluicing from Ireland. Ooh-wee, that is awesome. Hey, Top of the morning to you, Elijah. Welcome in. Ski Boy. Jacksonville, Florida. I'm going to make some more moderators here. Standard moderators. Be kind and use it wisely, guys. We appreciate you coming in here. Please subscribe and hit that like button. It's free. Anything free is worth saving up for. Good morning from Deland, Florida. Hopefully that everything's going good. That sun just destroys my phone, my old iPhone. I didn't get a new one. Springfield, Tennessee coming in there. In small amounts, but usually isolated to certain areas, countries, and climates. You know, that's an amazing question, Madness, and it's going to depend on the geology. A lot of gold is deposited by glacial. Glacial deposits is when the glaciers come down out of Canada and they push down into the United States, and whenever the continents were being formed, these glaciers pushed down. And in some incidences, they went all the way down. In some incidences, there was some big natural phenomenons that stopped them. One of them was the Missouri River stopped the glacial, so that's really about as far as it went. I mean, it did go over that somewhat into central Missouri, but primarily it kept the glacial drift up to the northern part. Another way is through volcanic eruption. These are called outcroppings, and it takes indigenous rock to create these volcanic eruptions that occurred. And when it erupted, it sprung up, it made tubes and flumes where the lava come up. Well, it also brung up rhyolite, and it brung up quartz and feldspar, and these are host rocks that held on to the gold and brung it up and deposited. That's where you'll get your bigger gold at. And we're lucky enough here in Missouri that we have one of them phenomena that occurred when the St. Francis mountain range was formed 1.4 to 1.5 billion years ago. Axel, welcome in from Sweden. YM says, Wyoming here. Got 312 amazing people still in here. Randy Bobbity says, howdy, howdy. I hope I answered your question, Madness. I sometimes get a little distracted. I'm going to have to do a clean out here before long, guys. Just to see. Gold is alien. Gold was created in the hearts of stars billions and billions of years ago. When the stars, old suns or stars, when they exploded, and then the gold was distributed and it was put out. Well, the earth was forming at that time. And as the earth was forming and its crust was forming and molting, a lot of this gold came into the atmosphere and it deposited itself all over the world, all over the world. It's like a gift from God, you know. It's gold. Roy Hayes says, Doom Guy's father, badass. Hey, Roy, welcome in, my friend. Hamad, welcome in, Hamad. That's right, Brent, you can. You can use the rivers. Hamad, I'm not sure what you're saying. I don't speak that language, but hopefully it's friendly. And I know my pal Zaxxon's in here, and he is a managing mod, and Zaxxon always translates stuff. So if it's not, Zaxxon will know. Sajal Fuller, welcome. Braulua says, it's a gift from God. I believe that it is. I think that you're right. You know, there's a lot of theories, and you can theorize about something, and, you know, the thing is just hang on to what you believe. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. What my dogmatic beliefs are mine, you know, and I'm not going to impose them on anyone. And I don't want no one imposing theirs on I. Hello from Belgium, says Brent J. 98. Where can I get one of these machines that you have, says Brent. Brent, in my About section, at the top of my page, there is a link, and it's called Prospector Dreams. I'm an affiliate of Dream Mat. That just means that you'll get a little bit of discount. I don't get anything, but you'll get a 5% discount. And if you go in that, click on that link, it automatically applies that discount if you decide to buy something. And this sluice system is in that. Now, the 6-inch smooth water header box, you can only get that from the Flower Gold Wizard or Win It. And you know what? We give these away all the time. We give them away all the time. We've given away several of these sluice sets, these stretch sluices. Nellie Nonfall says hi from Australia. Stephen Briers, do you make out good doing this? Stephen, for me, it's just it's a hobby, and you know we may go out and pull out maybe $30-$40 worth of gold per time that we go. The thing is we like to give that gold away. We have the fun getting it out of the ground, doing what we're doing here, sluicing. It's very relaxing and calming, very therapeutic, and then we like to give it away to our friends and family and to you guys, to the Gold Kingdom. And tonight on Mama Bird's Live, she's going to be giving away some amazing gold pay dirt bags with some of this gold that we're finding right here today. Anchor says hello from Russia. Well, top of the morning to you. And Spadanko, Anchor, thank you for coming in. It does, yeah. Navaskin says, looks like a fun morning. It is. It is. And the thing is for September, it is extremely hot right now. Our temperatures are still pushing triple digits every day. They're very humid. I'm not a meteorologist or weather guy or anything, but it sure feels hot for this old country, boy, I'll tell you what. So we got started a little earlier this morning than what we normally do. And hopefully we find some gold. And and that's what it is. It's a theory because no one was around. That's Haiku Nature says pretty interesting theory, and that's exactly what it is. And that's the difference between a theory and law. Is law somebody has to be around to prove it. Theory, nobody was around to see it happen, so it's a hypothesis. 285 amazing cheap. Jason Robowski. Howdy, welcome in, Jason. Top of the morning to you. Ashley Matthews. Let's see some gold, says Ashley. I like the way you think. LCL Golf. What's up, GP? This is my golf channel. Well, you know what? I know who LCL is. That's Liam Fishing. Yeah. Davion, good morning. Good top of the morning to you, Davion. Welcome in, my friend. So we're going to do a clean out. I'm not seeing anything spectacular in this yet, but I know that there's got to be some gold in here. Would you recommend this as a job or a lifestyle? Some is quite difficult some days, but rewarding others. What's your take? And madness, I don't believe that I could ever make a living at it. I'm not a miner. I know some miners that are really good and productive at it. And that's the difference between prospecting and mining. Mining means that you've taken it to the next level and you are ready to make a job out of it. I wish that I could say that I could do that, but that's not me. I'm a prospector. And a lot of times I will walk away from an area just to go to a new spot and a new adventure, knowing that there's gold in the area that I just walked away from. Sounds silly, but that's kind of the way prospecting is. Ashley Matthews, hello from South Wales. Well, welcome in and top of the morning to you, Ashley. Well, thank you, Haiku. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming in here, Super 73. I appreciate you, my friend. And welcome to the Gold Kingdom. Hope to see you tonight on Mama Bird's Live. Norwegian Outdoor Gaming, howdy. think I'm got caught up with chat again now. Hello, Norwegian. Justin Partington. Yes, Justin, I get quite a bit of gold. And we're going to clean this up pretty soon. I'm still seeing that big flake of gold here. I'm going to show you guys what the mat looks like when I shut the water down. I'll pull the camera over here. And then we'll do a clean out. And we'll see what we got in here. Is it legal to mine gold in California? I cannot speak for California. I know it's legal to prospect there, but as far as mining, you have to, there's a lot of permits, and then you have to have claims, and there's different things. But it's legal to do it if you jump through all the right hoops. Let's just say that. And always check your local laws and municipalities. Never just go off of what I say or anyone else. Protect yourself, guys, anytime you're out there prospecting. Do you ever forge the gold you find? David, I have an interest in that. I don't. I know guys that do, but I would like to do that. I would like to get to that point sometime. That's a great question. I'm going to add you as a moderator in there, David. Justin Parnington says, where are you located in North America? Justin, I am in southeast, or I'm in southwest Missouri, but all this material came from southeast Missouri. Missouri is centrally located in the United States. If you're not aware of that, it's the 24th state in the Union. So we're going to let that run for just a second, guys. And then we're going to shut her down. And I see one really nice flake of gold there. And then I see some tiny micros up in the indicator mat. But I'm going to show you guys that really nice flake. And I'll show you why the reason I stopped the mat where I did. First, I want to finish classifying this material out here. I got a classifier set up in here that I'm going to dump out into another container. Because I want to get all of the quartz out of here. There we go. Now, I said I was going to show you this. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to show it to you here one time. So, here's the dream mat that I got going here, guys. You can see how the cells are all filled up, and that's the reason I decided to stop it. And they're filled up solid with all them heavy black sands. Now, pretty quick, I've noticed this big flake right here. Look at that. Look at that big old flake right there at the end of where my finger is. Isn't that pretty? There's some of that space junk right there. Woo! That's what we're looking for, guys. That is what we're looking for. So let's clean this mat out. I'll try to keep up with chat while I'm doing it. Heavy on the try. Got to zoom that camera back out. To clean that out, we'll just put a little water in my pan here. It may take a little more than that. And we're going to set it right there, like that. The Gamecocks are coming for you boys this week, says Justin Partington. Right on, right on. I'm not really into that, but that's cool. Lucid. Hey, my pops used to take me in gold pan and dredging. You got a new subscriber. Well, Lucid, you know what? You sound like a fine person, so there you go. I'm going to turn you blue. And Justin, I'm going to turn you blue as well. You sound like a good person. Anything possible? Welcome to the gold family. Nate, it's great to have you in here. We're fixing to do a little clean out. We've been running these Missouri cons down this Dream Mat Sluice. We're getting ready to clean her out. Let's just take us a minute here. Then we're going to pan her down and see how much gold we got in this mat. So we're just going to pull all this material out. We're going to start with the top and move ourselves to the bottom. We're just going to shake that under the water as we roll it down through there, and all that gold rich material that mat might have caught is going to drop off into our gold pan, just like that. Cleaned her out, nice clean mat now. Do that one more time, make sure. Dream mat. More gold, less cons. And then we're going to take this indicator mat. We're going to pull that down here. I do see a little bit of gold off in that indicator mat. There's a few flakes in there. Shake that up. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake it all about. And then we're going to take this one big old piece of flake that's still sitting there. I'm going to turn this water on and let the water just wash down into my pan, like into so. Anything that got trapped underneath that holder, there we go. Got it. We got it. And then we just have to put this back together. Then we're going to pan it out. We're going to pan it out and see what we got. I'm excited. Then we're going to keep sluicing, because we got right at a half 5-gallon bucket left to sluice here. I got to keep attention to my phone. Make sure it stays out of the sun, because if it don't, it will shut down on me. It aggravates me, I tell you what. All right, I got that sluice put all back together there. That was easy enough. William Polk, welcome in. Yes, William, I bet you did see gold in that mat. I hope you're right, brother. We're going to find out right now. So I'm going to move this camera just a little bit here. Tell you what, let's move it with pan so you guys can see this. At all that material I just run, this is all the cons I got left to pan through. Let's turn that just a little bit there. We got a catch pan that I'm going to catch my material in. There's a big old piece of quartz I'm going to pull out though. Like that quartz. We're going to pan this out. We're going to pan her out one time. Pan technique, you got to develop your own technique on panning. You stratify it down. Stratification allows specific gravity to pull all the dense material down to the bottom. Gold being the densest thing in the water with a specific gravity of 19%. That means it's 19 times heavier than water. Turn that where you guys can see me. Maybe in that sun. And then we're going to pan off the light material, stratify it back down. It's kind of a wash, rinse, and repeat kind of thing. I'm not seeing chat right now, guys, because I am directly in the sunlight and I can't hardly see my screen. I am seeing some garnets in there and lots of quartz. Everybody's got a different technique that they pan with. And, you know, people say, what's the best way for me to pan? And I just tell them, practice, and just whatever works best for you, stick with it. Let's see if I can catch up with Chad here. I don't want to ignore you guys. Jay Brown, welcome in. Stratifications equal gratification. There you go. I like that. That's right, Jay. We're going to add you as a moderator, Jay. You got 252 people in here. That's so awesome. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't read. Your technique works for me, says the real Mr. Hogan. Looks like Weston may have said something that Zaxxon didn't like, and Zaxxon is the man. He has the keys to the kingdom right here. So I trust Zaxxon 100% explicitly. That's why he's a managing moderator. And you know what, guys? I've got 4 amazing managing moderators. And they almost always are in my channel anytime I go live. And me and Mama Bird was talking about that the other day and said, you know what? We need to do something really special for these four guys. So we decided that we're gonna send them out a nice little thank you. And yeah, that's what it's about. See if I can read chat. Trenton says, hi, howdy Trenton, top of the morning to you. John Payne, nice to meet you. He says, good vibes and good gold, says William Pope. We're going to change put some moderators in here so you guys can connect one another while I'm in the middle of panning here, if I can do this. Hey, just wondering, what got you into prospect? Seems like a pretty cool hobby. It was my grandfather that got me into, and I never met my grandfather. He died before I was born. I never got to meet him, but he loved to prospect, and he kept a journal. And through the years, everywhere he went, and he always knew that there was places in Missouri that had good gold, but he never found any of them. But he kept journals of his footsteps of where he went, and I'm the one that ended up with that journal. And all my uncles and my pops, my dad, they thought that I would be the one, the adventurist in the family that would pick up where he left off, and they were right. And that's who got me into it when I was just, I guess you could say that, really young, because my first memories of panning stuff out, it dates back to adolescence, guys. And I didn't know what I was doing, didn't have a clue as what I was doing, but I was doing it still yet. I was out there having fun. And you always, and I'm still that way, you always find me on a creek bank or in the timber somewhere. I'm an outdoors kind of guy, and I just love it. I love being outside. We're panning off all the lighter materials, leaving nothing but the heavies. These are all solid black sands, and it's 90% magnetic. It's magnetite. When I tap it like that, the light material comes up to the top, and it allows me to pan the lighter stuff off. And as I pan, I'm looking in my corners here, and I'm looking in the corners for any sign of flower gold like that. I got flower gold showing up right there. Tiny little micro gold showing up. So I'm going to rinse that off and re-stratify, tap her back up, hopefully, and bring that light material back off. And it's, like I said, it's just wash, rinse, repeat. It's a whole lot of the same. You guys want to see some of them micros that I'm looking at? I don't know if you guys can see them or not. Push it back up. But they're starting to pop up in there. And if nothing else, I know there is one really good flake because we've seen it. We've seen it in the sluice. Let me see what chat's saying here. Got 314 incredible people in here. You're very educated on the topic. You're very cool, Pop. You know what? That statement is going to get you turned blue. I appreciate that. I'm a retired firefighter paramedic, and I used to be a trainer. I used to train a lot of EMS and firemen in our area. I was a deputy chief on a large fire department. And I take my training and very seriously, just like anything. When I started, really got into gold panning, I trained myself, and I do it for an hour a day, every day, regardless of the weather. All these material that we're panning out and all the tellings, I will run them through the Flower Gold Wizard micro cleanup sluice, just in case I missed any. And you know what? We all miss gold. But that micro cleanup sluice will catch it. It's designed for the tiniest little micros, and them things add up. Thank you, Zaxxon. Appreciate you, my friend. Tyler Zamara, welcome in. still 246 amazing people. Davion says they're well interested in becoming a fireman. That's cool, Davion. You know what? We can use all the firemen we can get. Kindness is contagious. That's my bow. Joe from Mo. That's right. Kindness is contagious. You talk about a kind man and woman. That's Joe Weiss and his wonderful wife, Lisa, the fishing goddess. They are some of the kindest people that you could ever meet. And you guys are going to have an opportunity to meet them on September 26th through the 28th down the St. Francis Mountain Range. We're going to be doing a little get together, a little camp out, prospecting, probably do some fishing. Oh, looky here, guys. Look what I just seen. Let me zoom in there. It just popped in. Y'all was thinking, we'll look at this. Shining through. Look at that. Look at that one time. Come on with it. That's why we're doing it. And that's bucket's been, so far, it's been pretty consistent all the way down. Sigma balls, howdy. Rip the hot shots here in Arizona. So hot shot, to me, a hot shots is the firefighters that go in for forest fires. And I actually had some of the hot shots on my crew. I was not a hot shot, but I did train some. I did do some hot shot training with them. And they're great guys, fearless. These guys are fearless. I mean, I have seen them fast chalk and parachute out of planes to get in front of a fire, the big wilderness fires. There's quite a few garnets in there. You seeing that, Joe? That's something that I really, when we were down there prospecting, other than a couple of them that you found and that I found that we've checked out, the bigger ones, we really haven't been checking it out for a whole lot of garnets. And I'm noticing when I'm panning it out, and I'm sure you are too, that there's quite a few of them in there. Which you got that much rhyolite and that much granite like we do where we're at, you're bound to have them garnets, I'm seeing loads of gold popping up in there, guys. Loads. Sorry about that, guys. Mama bird's allergies. See if I can catch up a cat. Oh, I hate to hear that, Tyler. Brian Scott, I appreciate that so much. Them are some kind words, my friend, and welcome to the Gold Kingdom. Hobo Rob! Oh, yeah, Rob, I have to agree with you, man. And I do that too. We're not cut far apart from the same bush, you and I, because, Rob and I, as Hobo Rob's another managing moderator on my channel, and he's type 1 diabetic, so am I. And I tell you what, it changes your lifestyle. It really does. And what he's saying about getting up at 2:30 to find a snack, that's a real thing. I hope you're doing wonderful this morning, Rob, you and me, a dog. I'm seeing that really big flake of gold and then a bunch of smaller stuff showing up in that pan. And that's pretty good for no more than what we ran there. So many micros. So many micros. We'll get it tapped up, sucked up, and we're going to run some more. We're going to run some more. May have to move my phone a little bit, get it back in the shade. Getting a last little bit of that stuff out of there, guys. So that's a pretty good, let me zoom in there. That's a pretty good little smile for no more material than we run. Take our snuffer bottle here and suck it up. Get it in there. That's gold right there. It's going to be going in some of them bags. Some of them giveaway bags. Got it. Well, that's cool. Now let me see what I can do with this phone here. Let's turn that back up. Zoom that back out. Well, I had that zoomed way in there, didn't I? Get it turned back up where you guys can see my ugly mug. Maybe. Maybe we won't overheat. Maybe we will. I don't know. I hope we don't. But the phone is getting hot, and I am going to have to plug it in and start charging it, which is going to make it even hotter. It's going to make it hotter. Maybe if I set it right here, like so, and just kind of turn that down where you guys can watch that indicator map, maybe that won't be so bad on it. I think. You guys see that okay? You won't be able to see me a whole lot unless I bend down like this. There he is, top of the morning to you. $173 awesome people in there. David says, hit that like button. I agree with that. Let's go, says Joan the Great. Well, howdy, Joan. Welcome in, my friend. Top of the morning to you. Let's get this sluice going here. We'll turn that power back on. Pull out any of them air bubbles we might have. I like to use a brush most of the time, but your finger works. If you ain't got a brush to use, your finger works. Let's feed it. Let's see how it acts here. Feed the beast. First scoop, and I got golden indicator mat. Ooh, that's a good day when that happens. Need Goldgers real bad, says Rob. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I got my Goldgers right here in the cup. You need to go get you some Goldgers, man. Get you some Goldgers and get you a good mindset going on. Good safety meeting, perhaps, and just enjoy it. Enjoy this sluice. All gold is good gold. That's right, Hillbilly. That's right. And you know what? It adds up faster than we think. It does. Tim Ivan says he's got 4 bags of pay dirt. That's awesome, Tim. That's right. The real Mr. Hogan says, them giveaway bags are a lot of fun. Yes, sir, they are. And you know what? We're giving away some more tonight, Mr. Hogan on Mama Bird's Live. Hope you're in there. I pinned Mama Bird's link at the top of the page. How much do you usually get from these? You know, it all depends. We average right around 1/4 of a gram per bucket is what our average here in Missouri is. But I'm gonna have to scoot this sluice just a little bit, guys. I forgot I scooted it back. There we go. There we go. But with this stuff, this new spot that Joe Weiss, Priority Prospecting, turned us on to, we are averaging almost a gram a bucket. Yeah. Yeah. Talk about that. Now this is all classified material, and it's all black sand, and it's really, really difficult material to get all the microbes out of. But they add up. Gandhi says, how much do you usually get? And I think I hope I answered that question, Gandhi. Frankie Wolf says, what do you do to start this? I want to start in my area. Frankie, you know, a lot of people ask that. I'm not sure where your area is, and you do not have to tell me. But, you know, about any area is the same. One of the first steps you can do is check and see if there was any significant gold found in your area. You can do that by going in, checking USGS reports and checking mine reports, talking to people, asking around. But you can also just get right out there in the middle of it, find an ancient waterway. When I say ancient, that means something that has been around for millions of years, that has not been man-made or gated or the waterway changed by man. And those are the tributaries you start looking in. You want to look for your inside bends. You want to look for large cobbles, black sands, quartz, rhyolite, feldspar. Them are the kind of host rocks you want to look for. So, you know, you don't have to be a geologist by no means. I know I'm not a geologist, but I do know a few. And the thing is you want to learn what these host rocks look like in your environment, because the colors can change a little bit from area to area. But I look for quartz, rhyolite, and feldspar. And when I find big, huge cobbles of rhyolite, that's just got covered in quartz, and there's quartz, fractured quartz all over it, and that's what we're looking at right here. To get this material here, I moved 4 giant pieces of fractured rhyolite that was at one time bedrock that had been moved around by shear force in the waterway. I moved that and dug in and around and under them, and whoop, 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 voila! Found some nice gold. And this is some nice gold. And I'm still seeing some gold up here in the indicator map. Joseph Rodriguez, yes sir, I do have some videos out there on setting up. I've got videos on building high bankers and sluices. I got videos on setting them up out in the river and in a controlled environment like this. Squirrel B says, a gram of bucket. Now this is, Squirrel, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the only place that I have gotten that kind of results out of. However, for me, it's a long drive. And we're going to be on the 26th to the 28th. We're going to be back down there to this spot. And I hope to be digging in the exact same spot that I was in when I filled these buckets. What I done was I filled 3 buckets. Actually filled 4, but then I emptied them into each other, making them complete full buckets from this one hole. And then I filled 2 other buckets, making another full bucket from a trench that I dug out in another drop-off point. And Mama Bird tested each one of these buckets that I had while I wasn't around, and she found gold in every bucket. And then Mama Bird also has 2 buckets herself that she dug up, and she found gold in both of them. So it's pretty prevalent where we're at. It's not hard to find, let's put it that way. MS Coast Cajun Prepper. Welcome in, my friend. Top of the morning to you. This is a Dream Mat 6-inch Trek sluice with a Dream Mat combo mat, a smooth water header box designed by the Flower Gold Wizard and Wesley Hatfield. And it's just a little leg kit that I built. It's got an 1,100 gallon per hour bilge pump that I've set up on. And I'm just recirculating the water through it. And we're having a good time. No problem. And welcome in. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom. Goonies never say die, says Brewer. That's right, Brewer. Frankie Wolf, I'm going to go ahead and add you as the standard moderator so you can connect in.